Hey guys, is it better to be a renter or homeowner in today's world, especially with the digital nomads and people wanting to be just kind of super flexible and being able to go and just live anywhere and do anything with their time? I know there's a great attraction for that with Gen Z, and it's a worry for people in the real estate profession to say, well, are these Gen Zers going to still buy homes like the Gen Xers did? Well, here's the reality. We need to show them the numbers. We've got to educate them. The reality, numbers just came in, is that the average homeowner has 43 times the net worth of the average renter. The numbers are very stark. Average renter has $10,000 of net worth. That's the average, down from a couple years ago, actually. The average homeowner has $430,000 in net worth. So a lot of reasons for that, but the number one reason is something called leverage. And let me tell you a quick example. Wall Street Journal just had an article that was completely a terrible way of looking at investing in real estate. They always compare them. They try to make it apples to apples, and it just isn't. So they said, let's look at the stock market over the last 30 years, and let's look at housing prices over the last 30 years, even though they've gone up dramatically in both cases. Boy, if you invested $1 here in the S&P, boy, you'd have so much more money than you would if you just invested that same dollar in real estate. But that's the wrong way to look at it. Why? Because they're forgetting about leverage. Let me walk you through the numbers. Let's assume somebody just magically waved a wand over you and said, here's $40,000. And this is what you need to tell your kids. It's what you need to tell your audiences. You need to tell everybody you know. Let's assume somebody gave you $40,000 tomorrow morning. And then you went out and said, I got two choices. I can go buy some real estate, or I can go put that money in the stock market. Wall Street Journal says I should put it in the stock market. Maybe I should listen to the Wall Street Journal. No, you shouldn't. Let me tell you why. So here's why. If I take that $40,000, put it in the stock market, and I have a stellar year, everybody would be patting me on the back if I got a 10% return on that money. So 10% of $40,000 means I made $4,000 on my 40 G's. So you say that's pretty good, and then I can just keep compounding that over time. But let's assume I take that same $40,000 and I go buy myself a $400,000 house. I put 10% down on a house. So what would happen then if that market then went up in that market by 10%? Again, probably not going to happen, but let's assume it does. We're just assuming some numbers here. Both types of assets going up by 10%. That means that house is now worth how much? Started at $400,000, goes up by 10%. It's now worth $440,000. So now, how much have I made? Remember, I invested $40,000. Now the house is worth $440,000 because it went up 10%. Now I've made 100% on my investment. I now have $80,000 because of the power of leverage. That's the difference, because what we don't look at often is the fact that we are leveraging into the real estate market. And so we're making money on a compounded basis, not on just the basis of cash on cash. So it's a different animal. We need to educate our audiences about it. It's something very, very interesting, and something that we really should be preaching and we should be evangelizing about to these young folks, that, hey, the fastest path for home ownership or for wealth in America is by owning a home. The fastest way to build your net worth is by home ownership as well. So just a couple of things to think about today, something to go out there and educate your audiences about. Hope you're having a great day and good selling.